Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the rabbit hole. I'm Connie,
I'm B. Welcome back.
and we have special guest Karla back with us.
Hey.
and our question of the day today is going to be wild medicine, yay or nay?
Yay,
So,
yay, yay.
yay, yay, yay.
Yay.
I honestly don't know a ton about wild medicine, so I think I will let Karla talk about what exactly wild medicine is.
Okay. Well, so for me, I guess wild medicine is plants mostly that grow that we can find in the wild that are helpful to us in a medicinal way. So, like if we have a headache, it's something that might take away the headache, or if we have a sting or a cut, it's something that might take away the itch or the sting, or some sort of a food that's good for you that provides nutrients and vitamins, that sort of thing. That has to be found in the wild.
So it's kind of like a plant-based healing concept is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but these medicinal herbs,
Fun,
fungi, fungi.
fungi.
Okay. So the fungi are
I
these
think it's
fungi?
fungi. I'm
Fungi.
sorry. Yeah,
That's okay.
fungi.
We'll go with the
Fun, or you
fun
could.
funguses.
I prefer fun guy. Yeah, I do too. I like a lot of fun guys. I mean, I don't, exactly. You
Okay,
know.
for sure. So are these herbs, fungi, all these plants, are they have they been occurring naturally like in the United States or how did they get there?
Well, there's a lot of plants in the United States that are native to the United States, and of course, there were people here before Europeans came that used a lot of the plants that grow wild here for medicine and for food. Things like yarrow, which is really good for bleeding and it's an anti inflammatory, or plantain. There's one called broadleaf plantain that is a native. A lot of people think that was one that was brought here by Europeans, but it is native to North America. And broadleaf plantain is one of the most amazing medicines that grows out in our lawns. It's anti everything.
Okay.
Anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antifungal, things like that. You can use it to take care of an itchy bite, or you could put it on a tooth that's sore and it makes it feel better.
Okay.
Um, so there's a lot of things like that, like jewelweed, which is something that's good for combating poison ivy. A lot of different mushrooms, like we have chaga that grows here on birch trees. And that one, I know people firsthand who used it and they've been diagnosed with a cancer, and they took chaga tea, and then the cancer went away.
Oh,
So there's a lot of different things, and those are all native. But when our European ancestors came here, they brought a lot of plants with them that they grew in their garden. They had a medicine garden that they took with them. And that includes things like lamb's quarters and some dandelion species. I'm trying to think of some other things like clovers.
gonna say speaking of clover, I didn't realize until we went to Paris for our honeymoon. The concept of a yard with grass is a very American thing. So it would make sense that Europeans brought over clovers because they're very into natural grasses, if you will, instead of like, hey, I got to have Bermuda grass and it has to look no weeds in it and all of that.
I must pivot. I apologize. So, when it comes to, I think, international perspectives for that, I would like to say that I don't think that they compartmentalize that part. So I don't think that it's thinking like, oh, we could use clovers instead as a grass topper, or ground cover is what it's called.
Hmm.
It's more so like it's part of life. And Carla, I think that you mentioned something really interesting, which is that people brought over specific type of herbs that are beneficial for certain things. But I think that no matter where you go, there's going to be herbs that can be used for medicinal purposes.
Yeah.
So herbalism is that the use of plants for medicinal properties. And I think that that's pretty cool because they're like the plants themselves, which are
found in nature have these effects on our bodies that help us survive. And there are so many different ways. And like you mentioned, Carla, there are some that have been found to reverse the effects of cancer. There's things like even simple stuff that you might not see it as like herbalism, but like, for example, chamomile to help you go to bed. Chamomile is a flower that's found in nature. A lot of people plant it. A lot of people just find it in nature, and that can be used to help you go to sleep at night. Mint is really good for your stomach and digestion, but all of these things, they're found in nature. Fungi, I think, like, recently have been used for more medicinal purposes,
Mhm.
but the psychedelics of it have also shown to reverse a lot of sleep disorders, a lot of migraines, and that type of thing. So I love herbalism, and I will my Spanish roots will certainly tell you that if you put some onions in your socks when you are, like, sick,
Mhm.
the onions will suck out all that bad.
I've heard that before.
That is so interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. So, like, that's really good, and then, like, if you start to have, like, a little ache in your throat, you just grab a little bit of lime, a little bit of salt, throw it in some warm water, and then you
And some
gar
tequila.
No tequila.
No, 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 no tequila, just gargle. And that honestly, like, I vouch for that one. It's unpleasant, but it makes it so much better.
Yeah. So speaking of herbs, I was at the natural grocers for a grand opening and everybody was super excited about it at work. So I was like, ah, I gotta go check this place out. And I found this stuff. They had like a whole eczema section, which is really, I mean, for us, we're willing to try almost anything for our middle child because she has the worst eczema. It bleeds, it scars, it's awful. And they have this stuff called Time Out, and it's made of a thyme tincture with I think it's like oatmeal. Well, I can't remember how they
You said
explain
it
it,
was
but
colloidal oatmeal?
that's right, colloidal oatmeal. And we've been using it for less than a week, and we notice a difference. And like her stuff is starting to clear up. And before that, she's been on, like, shots for Dupixent. I don't know if you've seen the commercials on TV, the jazzy commercials about Dupixent making her life better. That stuff doesn't even work. Like, it barely touches it, which gets me to, like, the pharmaceuticals, right? Like, why are we so ready to just be like, "Yeah, give me a pill, give me a shot, give me this, give me that," instead of trying to use something more what was it, homeopathic, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think in the grand scheme of things, like, what humans search for is saving of time.
Mm,
Those medicines that are mass produced, like ibuprofen, Advil, or even some of the medication that you're talking about, are tailored to a majority, like a group of people. But hey, you might not fit within the group of people that were tested for
mhm,
this. And with that said, like, maybe it did help out the grand majority of people, but maybe it won't help you out. I personally think that, like, the first resort should always be a homeopathic remedy, and then you should use medicinal intervention, I guess
I
that would
see.
if it escalates further. Like, if you can do it with something that's natural and homeopathic, like, by all means, you should use that first. Now, if you have a fever, I'm not gonna go ahead and say, like, "Hey, maybe, like, try to shower," like,
Take
I
some
don't know.
feverfew.
Yeah, like, "Hey, take some aspirin, let's bring that fever down." But,
Yeah,
we have medicine for a reason, and, like, the medicine's there to help when things escalate, but for the most part, there's a lot of different times, no pun intended.
ha ha.
There's a lot of different circumstances in which, like, the homeopathic method is enough.
Yeah. And like you said before, the medicine that we need is out there. It's just we have to be able to know what to use, how to use it, and, you know, it's not something that most people are interested in doing. They'd rather go to the pharmacy, and, of course, big pharma has a lot to say in that, right? The lobbying and all of that stuff, and, how many doctors do you think there are at the hospital that will tell you to take a natural homeopathic remedy, that he's not gonna get paid for?
Yeah.
Carla, let me tell you how many doctors I've fired. And by fired, I mean I just stopped going to them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
"You're fired," she said as she quietly never showed up again. Um,
I
yeah,
mean, why not? I've fired, psychologists before. I'm just like, "Yeah, this
Yeah,
isn't working for me because I
yeah.
think you're a bitch."
yeah. No, no, no. But, like,
Yeah, but
I just found a doctor that is supposed to be there's a type of doctor that mixes Western medicine with Eastern
mhm.
medicine, and I think it's called an OD.
Something like that.
Hold on, let me see, give me 1 second.
Well, while you guys are doing the search engines, just wanna show off my little book that I bought. It's pretty cool. It's called Wild Medicine. It's an illustrated guide to the magic of herbs by Shelley Bundy and Kate Ballou.
That's,
And
Ted Bundy's niece, I think.
that's right.
Oh, yikes, okay.
That's
Um,
exactly why I bought it. I was like, "Bundy, it could be a relation, you know?" But it's pretty cool though, because it has, like not only does it have really cool looking pictures in it, but it's like, for example, let's see here. I wanted to find the dandelion because everybody dandelions have such a bad rap because 'cause they're weeds, right? But, I mean, it looks like they actually have some really cool properties to them.
they grant wishes. I don't know who thinks that they're bad luck.
But you can
Yeah,
eat all of a dandelion, from the root to the flower and the
yeah.
Yeah.
leaves. The leaves taste really good in a salad,
Dandelion
and
leaves.
yep, and I've had dandelion flowers, uh, dipped in batter and then fried, and they're really good. Like,
Hmm.
there's a lot of flowers you can do that with that are delicious when you dip them in the batter and fry them.
So speaking of ground covers, there's this ground cover that's called perennial peanut that I want to put all over my yard, and I'm actively killing my grass so that I can put perennial peanut all over my
Nice.
grass, and you can eat the flowers and they taste like lettuce. It's great. Like butter lettuce, not like
Yeah,
iceberg lettuce. It tastes like
not like
butter lettuce,
iceberg,
like it's
yeah.
creamy, it's really good.
I think
Mm.
I've heard iceberg lettuce tastes like poop lately, so
Well, I think it has
Yeah.
that like that virus or that disease thing going around.
I don't know that it's a disease necessarily. I just think that it's not been,
it's a virus.
is it a virus?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
It's
was
like a
thinking
stomach virus kinda
Yeah.
thing that makes you get all pukey and stuff. But
yeah.
that you could go outside right now, no matter where you live, and go into the fields and find green lettuce type leaves to eat.
No.
You can eat strawberry leaves, you can eat lamb's quarter, you could go out in your yard because that's the stuff that Americans pay over, probably $50 billion a year to try to get rid of plants that grow in your yard that you could eat as a salad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the doctor that I was talking about, it is DO. It's a doctor of osteopathic medicine, which is
Okay.
a fully licensed physician who diagnoses and treats illnesses, prescribes medications, and performs surgery. So they use a whole person holistic approach to care, and then they receive training on the body's musculoskeletal system. So they do kind of take that like full body approach. And from my understanding is that they like will explore homeopathic remedies before any other type of medical intervention. That is my understanding of it. So Dio is a doctor that I actually found, and I'm excited because that's gonna be the first time that I have a DO doctor as my primary health physician. So
Yeah.
hopefully that goes well.
That's awesome. They're gonna use some Western medicine for acute care and stuff and traumas and things like that. But if there's something like inside, like, say you have a chronic stomach problem, they're gonna find ways to get rid of that without having to give you some medicine that might not even help.
Dandelion.
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 Did you find
Yeah.
it?
I did. So, okay, let me get into my reading voice here. So, Dandelion taraxacum officinale, or tooth of the lion. Ah, yes, the humble dandelion, the plant that everyone disregards as a common weed, is actually packed full of nutrients. You'll know dandelion for its yellow blossoms that pop up across lawns and fields, growing up to 18 inches, 46 centimeters tall. The thin stem produces one yellow flower with oblong petals and yellow florets. So, it has a description, and then it has historical medicinal uses such as a diuretic, liver tonic, diarrhea aid, used to support the digestive system and the urinary system and the pancreas. And then it says how to use as a tea, tincture, ingestion, infusion, etc. And then they tell about the lore. So, dandelion is believed to have magical properties that aid in the calling of spirits. So, maybe, we get together and call some ghosts up, right? Magical uses. These yellow flowers can teach us about resilience and courage. Incorporate them into rituals for perseverance, inner strength, and buoyancy.
What was the name of that one? Is that different than dandelion?
It's the regular dandelion.
I was talking about the magical uses of the dandelion.
That's so interesting. I didn't know there was magical uses. Well, I guess I knew about the wishes, but
Yeah. Well, and then also easy rituals, potions, and recipes says if your garden or yard is like many others during the warmer months, it likely has dandelions sprouting up everywhere. Aside from being magical wish makers, the leaves and roots of this weed make a delicious addition to your summer salads. And yeah, so it talks about that and how you can bake it on a sheet, you can roast it in the oven, you can let them cool, chop into pieces, and then, add it to whatever dish you're making. So, I think it's pretty neat that they, break it down the uses because I know you were talking, Carla, that, you know a lot of the like things that they like the different herbs and plants are for, but it's kind of hard to keep track unless you're really writing them down. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I know dandelions, the whole plant can be used, but I couldn't tell you exactly what the best qualities of them are.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the plants that we use in salads and things like that, they have a lot of vitamin C in them,
Mhm.
and so that's one thing, like stinging nettle has got a really high, um, amount of vitamin C in them, and then there's a plant called wood sorrel that, it looks kinda like a little three-leaf clover, and it has little yellow flowers. It grows on
Mhm.
the edges of woods. That one has, like, a real lemony flavor to it, so that has a lot of vitamin C in that, but, also those plants that have the le you have to be careful too because not every plant that's out there is one that you wanna eat a lot of. It depends on your own physical makeup. Like, if you have a problem with kidneys, you want to avoid the wood sorrel because it has oxalic acid in it, and
Mm.
oxalic acid is bad for your kidneys. It causes kidney stones and things like that for people who are prone to it. So there's a I take all of this with a grain of salt. Always make sure that it's something that you can stomach, you
we
know?
are not healthcare providers. Do not listen
Yes.
to our medical advice.
Yes.
When in doubt, go search out the, black forager.
When in doubt, search it out.
When in doubt, trust the internet. What you see on there is always true.
Yeah, so there are some really, really great Facebook and TikTok and YouTube foragers that do really wonderful. You like the black forager, I love
Yeah,
her, she's amazing. I like a guy named Sam Thayer, he's from Wisconsin, so of course I love him. He's kinda cute, and he's written some amazing books about wild and medicinal plants, mostly edible, he likes to eat the plants, he gets so excited.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, the black forager, though, like, she will show you 2 different plants, berries, what have you, and, like, I love her song, it's so catchy. She's like, "One of these is poison and one is a snack,
Yes,
na 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 na." Yeah.
yes, I love her. She is so fun.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
is
yeah.
so fun. And one time I was I was walking in the woods. I saw this plant and I was like, is it
Is it
one of
poison
the poison?
or is it a
What was the
snack?
snack? What was the poison or is it a snack? I'm like, I'm not gonna find out because I missed that episode.
Yeah, you gotta go back and look for it.
No, I love her. And yes, I follow her. And I also listen to a lot of Crime Junkie, and there was one episode of Crime Junkie that like I think I saw the same plant. So
Oh.
essentially, there are these mushrooms, I think they're called death cap mushrooms that
Oh,
are like they're found in the wild and they could kill someone. It's really
yeah.
intense, and, I was watching the Crime Junkie episode about how this woman made, like, a dish for everyone, like, I think it was like a beef Wellington, individual beef Wellingtons for her whole family. She killed everyone.
I
Oh
heard
my
of that one.
lord.
That's pretty recent, I think.
I think it was yeah, I think it was a more recent episode, maybe in the last year, but I don't know how
That's
actually far.
creepy.
So here are a whole bunch of highly dangerous plants because, I mean, I would have to say the rabbit hole has to be gone down, right?
Yeah,
Oh, let's go.
So,
absolutely. Let's do it.
okay, deadly nightshade. Of course, you hear the word nightshade, right?
Yeah,
Deadly nightshade. It's a particular plant. It's called belladonna. You heard of
I've heard of that.
belladonna?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we eat a lot of plants in the nightshade family and we don't die because, like, we don't eat the one that's deadly. We eat tomatoes. Tomatoes and potatoes are both in the nightshade family.
So the belladonna is what the witches are like Nicole Kidman, the witch in Practical Magic.
Oh, yeah.
That's what she's given her crazy boyfriend to like put him to sleep so he doesn't act too crazy.
It has alkaloids such as atropine, scopolamine, and hysocominine, which can cause dilated pupils, vomiting, hallucinations, rapid heartbeat, delirium, and death if ingested.
Yikes.
Even touching the plant can be harmful, especially with cuts or wounds.
What's the one that people find in their backyard sometimes and if they find it, you have to call like the CDC or the
Oh,
government to
shit.
come dig it up?
Really?
Yeah, there's I don't know, like,
Uh,
every now and then you'll hear about somebody finding it, and then, like, you have to call the state officials to come get rid of it because they don't want it spreading.
Huh. Well, there's a lot of invasive species that are toxic. It's not necessarily that they're toxic to humans. Some are like water hemlock is one that is
I
not
think it's hemlock. I
if
think
you
it's
touch
hemlock.
water if you touch water hemlock, it makes your hands all itchy, and then you could die if you ate it.
Yeah.
But that grows wild all over the place. At least here in Wisconsin, it's everywhere. Known as North America's most violently poisonous plants, it contains sicutoxin, which attacks the nervous system, causes seizures, respiratory failure, and death within hours of ingestion.
And that's the
But we have
hemlock?
yeah, water hemlock. We have
Okay.
2 species right here, and I mean, you just don't eat it.
Yeah.
You just don't eat it.
Just don't eat it. Same thing with those mushrooms that are poisonous. I mean, they're pretty. Amanitas are the ones that are really poisonous, and they're so pretty. They're the ones that have, like, the bright yellow with the white little patchy things on top of
Uh-huh.
them. That's the Amanita, and that's really a poisonous mushroom, and it's really pretty, but I would never even think of eating that one because it looks too I don't know.
You know who
Yeah.
might know more about that, Karla? Your aunt and uncle. Because 'Cause didn't they used to go mushrooming?
I love that that's a verb.
Yeah.
Mushrooming. That is
Yeah.
the verb.
Birding, mushrooming.
My Aunt Judith, yeah, she loves to go mushrooming. But my mother and I went on a mushrooming adventure with this group of people from the University of Minnesota Mushroom Club, and we went to the state park in over in Minnesota, and we were all like looking for mushrooms, and there was a leader, and he was like, "This is this kind of mushroom," and everybody's like, well, but where's that one? You know, they were all looking for that one mushroom. They wanted to find the mushroom that grows wild that you can eat that gives you hallucinations.
Oh.
And they were all like, that's all they cared about. And I was like, oh, wow, look at all these cool mushrooms. And they're all like, where's that one mushroom? Where's that one?
Don't those grow under, like, cow crap? Like, isn't that where they find the
Oh,
hallucination mushrooms?
I don't know,
That's
I
what
don't
I've
think
heard.
this is the normal one, I don't think it's the one that you can, like, buy shrooms or whatever, I don't think it's that one, it might have been an Amanita species actually, because it's one that if you eat too much of it, you could really get sick, but you can also have, like, a really good buzz off it, I guess.
Hmm,
So,
interesting.
but yeah. No, a mushroom expert is called a mycologist. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool, though. I
Yeah.
mean,
What else?
you just spit out a bunch of mushroom knowledge that, like, I wouldn't even know where to start, so
Yeah.
No,
Well, I knew a few mushroom experts. We had volunteers who were plant pathologists, and their jobs were working with different funguses. One of them, this is super interesting. So, one of them, he worked out at the University of California. I think the one in San Francisco, Berkeley, I think. Um, and they had farmers that would come. They worked in the ag department, and they would have farmers that would come to them with some problem with some sort of a fungus that was growing on their crops. And the carrot farmers came to them when he was working there, and they were concerned this fungus was making their carrots not grow nice and straight.
mhm.
And so, um, they started doing some research and stuff. But meanwhile, while they're researching the fungus and how to get rid of the fungus, the farmer discovers that if he cuts the carrots up into all these smaller pieces and packages them and calls them baby carrots, he can
Oh,
sell them. And so the farmer decided not to do what the mushroom department told them to do to get rid of the funguses. They just said, "Well, whenever we get carrots like that, we'll just turn them into baby carrots," and that's where how baby carrots came about.
wow.
Was because of a fungus.
baby carrots came about from the weird
Like a
looking carrots.
machine.
Well, machines cut them up, yeah, but it was the disformed ones that were turned into baby carrots, and this
Yeah, yeah.
the disformation was caused by a fungus.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
So
Yeah, yeah,
interesting. Hmm.
yep. And how that came up is someone was eating baby carrots. And they said, "I wonder how baby carrots happened to come across." And he was there that day eating lunch with them. He's like, "Well,
Yeah,
let me tell you."
yeah,
he, he told them exactly how it started. It was pretty amazing.
I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking to see what other deadly ones are. I mean, there's some, but they don't grow around here, like castor beans. I don't know. Those are probably in Florida. Maybe. I don't know.
Castor beans are deadly?
Castor beans are deadly. The seeds contain ricin.
I mean, they
Okay.
One,
look poisonous. What do you mean? They're
yeah.
like, they're literally red and spiky. I would not eat that.
Yeah, if you ingest a few seeds, it can lead to organ failure and death within days, and there's no antidote.
Guys, we're not giving you any ideas or medical advice.
Right.
Well, the thing is you gotta find one that's not traceable, you know?
What about rhubarb? Are the rhubarb
They
leaves
say
a
they'll make your dog sick.
the rhubarb leaves, though?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know,
I just remember my mother saying that they were poisonous and the stalks are what you wanna eat, so
they have a high oxalic acid content,
mm,
um, and possibly quinone glycosides, which can cause symptoms ranging from mouth irritation to kidney failure if ingested.
that's fun.
So yeah, so there's a fun one. Don't eat the rhubarb leaves.
So one of the ones that I've found in my backyard that have has been deadly is American black nightshade. So
Oh, with the purple flowers?
n they don't have flowers, they have berries, and apparently it's the leaves and the stalk that are dangerous, and the berries are not dangerous.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay, yeah.
I'm just
Yeah, they
like,
have
"What?" So I thought that there's this really pretty plant growing in my backyard, and I was like, "Wow, that looks so beautiful." And I was like letting it grow, and I'm like, "Oh, I wonder if it's gonna blossom." And then it started growing berries, and I was like, "Wow, that's so pretty." And then one day I went ahead and I looked it up. I was like, "I wonder what this plant is, this mystery plant." It was like deadly to dogs and cats, and I'm like, "Oh no, I have dogs and cats." And I immediately pulled it out.
Did you ever try to eat the berries?
No, no,
I
no,
know,
no.
right? That's a like, I don't know if I would either. I don't know if I would
No,
either.
there was another one that, I don't even remember the name of this one that came into my house. Apparently, like, it's, commonly used to feed birds, and it's a type of corn, and it's, like, red, and apparently if you cook that red corn, once it gets to that brown color, you can use it, like, pop it like popcorn, and it's really interesting, but I was, like, so like, sketched out. I did not pop it into popcorn. But it was again, I, like, saw it in my backyard, and I totally let it grow, and I was like, "Wow, that's really nice. I wonder what that's gonna be," because I like doing that in my backyard until they grow out of control, and then I have to rip them out of the floor.
Apparently, gators aren't the only, sketchy thing in Florida, you know?
Yeah.
Gators are just a start. Although, I just found out that there was a thing called Gator World. Didn't
What is that?
didn't I don't know. I just found out that it's like a park for gators. Gatorland. It's called Gatorland, and it's a 110-acre theme park and wildlife preserve in Orlando,
Ooh,
Florida. Now I really wanna go.
that sounds fun.
That you just go and stand on, like, a boardwalk, and then the gators swim around bound below you.
Well, I mean, if it's that, I have
But they
literally
have capybaras there and Florida panthers and crocodiles and
we have
all
all
kinds of
that
cool
literally
stuff.
in my backyard. It's fine. If
Yeah.
that's all it is, I don't need to go all the way to Orlando for that.
We found a dead raccoon across the street. That was fun.
Jeez. Your kids didn't bring them inside, did they?
No, but, I was driving I was coming home for lunch, and I was talking to my husband, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, there might still be this raccoon, across the street." I'm like, "Oh, a raccoon?" And he was like, "Well, it's probably dead. Either that or he's" how did he phrase it? It was really funny. "Dramatically sleeping." And I saw what he meant when when I rolled up on it, because it looked like this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, for anybody who's listening, like, basically the arm of the raccoon was draped over his face like a lady who's, like, sleeping and, she's super,
Like,
bougie.
Or
Yeah.
about to faint.
That's a
that's
good
it, it's the
description.
faint.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
faint, yeah.
I
But,
think we are so far off topic now, let's get a new podcast.
yeah, I don't think you should eat raccoons, so there, we tied it
Yeah,
in.
there you go. Do you remember the raccoon that we had on the deck when I was a kid, there was we would feed a raccoon that would come up on the deck from the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we decided we had to stop feeding it because
Did you feed it
it was
did
getting
you
a
feed it
little bit
marshmallows?
I don't remember, I think we did. Yeah.
Guys, I am gonna what?
Do you wait, do you not have raccoons down there?
Yeah, we have raccoons.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
alright.
yeah. They get eaten by the gators, but
I mean, it's survival of the fittest, but,
Right?
yeah.
I will say my aunt has a little family of raccoons that she feeds, in her house, and she'll, like, bring them out dessert, and she'll
Wow.
bring them out, like, food. Sometimes she'll go out to Publix just to get them, like, food
She should get,
for
like,
the
a
rac
little raccoon picnic table set up for them or
Yeah,
so
something.
just like those
she's
squirrel
the
tables.
she sets,
Yeah.
like, the tables for them, like, she doesn't have kids, but she has an entire raccoon family that comes for dinner every night, like
I'm here for that, they're so cute.
They are. Yeah, we felt bad. We had to capture one because it was getting into our bird feeders every night,
Mm,
but we didn't kill it. We just brought it over about 10, 15 miles away and let it go across the river.
mm.
So,
what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Agreed.
yeah.
My brother was, he always finds, possums in his backyard,
Mm.
and he told me once that, he was getting into his, chicken coop and that he shot him. I was like, "Oh god. Possums are supposed to be nice. They don't have rabies and they eat bugs and they're supposed to be good." And he was like, "Okay, I took it out to the countryside and let it go."
I'll tell you what you wanna hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I,
I think they're adorable. I don't wanna kill a raccoon at all, so
I wouldn't wanna kill a raccoon, I also wouldn't wanna kill a possum, but I wouldn't just because I wouldn't kill them doesn't mean I like them. Part of my project that I'm doing in my backyard is I'm trying to make it wildlife certified, and that's quite a journey, and by the time I make it wildlife certified, I'm gonna have to be comfortable with raccoons and possums just coming out and hanging out because I'm essentially making a home for them.
yeah.
That's cool though. I love that.
Yeah, but we're gonna start with killing my grass. So I'll let you know when that
Mhm.
happens because that's gonna be quite the challenge.
Mm.
You know, there's communities up in this area of the country and probably all over the country that they're against people turning their yards into native wild landscapes. You know, they're like, "Oh, no, you have to have your grass, and you can," you know, they
Yeah, they
and
fuck off.
I would never live in one of those communities myself.
We had to kill our grass in the backyard because the dogs trampled on the grass so badly that it just wouldn't grow, and so I got one of those native weeds that spreads, and it,
Mhm.
like, literally spread like wildfire, and, that seemed to be a good coverage. I think I might try clovers, though, next time because I don't know. I think clovers are prettier, but, I mean, it did its job, so, the dogs aren't coming in as muddy when after it rains, so
Yeah.
So there is a type of plant that's called transcendia.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Yeah, so they it has different versions. I think a lot of people have called it like the wandering Jew, and
Oh,
there
yeah.
are so there is like different types of plants that are within that transcendia family, and there's
Mm,
one that's itty bitty, and it is also um it's literally it looks the same, but it's like half an inch by half an inch per
mm,
leaf. And they're kind of succulent type. So
mhm.
they're like a little squishy. And I bought one of these transcendent plants because I thought, wow, what a cool weed. This is going to be awesome to have in my backyard. Maybe it will be a great ground cover until I found out that it's non-native invasive species. And you know
Oh,
what? They multiply so crazy. And like, I've been mowing the lawn. So when I do mow the lawn, it cuts a bunch of pieces and it just spreads out more, and it is,
mhm.
like, violently spreading, and it needs to go away right now because in order for me to have the wildlife certification, you have to have it with
Native.
native plants, and
Mhm.
even though this is working as a great ground cover because, like, it is drought proof, it is a great plant to have, it is not native, so I have to remove it. The good thing is that because I have so much of it, it's making the grass literally I could pull pieces of grass just out, and that's really nice. So,
Yeah.
Is it I'm looking them up. It's not the typical wandering
no.
dude, it's the
Wandering
smaller
dude.
ones? Yeah,
They have flowers. They
like this one.
flower. It's a transcendia that flowers.
I have a wandering dude outside. It's pretty.
I think they're gorgeous. It's literally such a tiny plant, also called the Bolivian chain plant.
That sounds like something that would spread because 'cause it's got, like, a chain.
Oh my gosh, it
Mhm.
does. It's beautiful. I really enjoy it. It's definitely helping me rip off my grass. So,
Yeah. Another good one that gets rid of grass is creeping Charlie, but then you have that all over.
what's a creeping Charlie?
It's in the mint family, and it just
Mint?
basically will take over a lawn. Some people call it ground ivy,
Mm.
um, but it has little purple flowers on it, it's really cute. If you look up creeping Charlie, all you'll see is how to get rid of it.
Mm,
But it also is medicinal. Again,
I think
it's
I
in
have some of that in my
yeah,
backyard.
and it'll take over if it can get a root into an opening, like if your grass has an opening in it,
Mhm.
and you have some creeping Charlie not very far away, it'll end up in that opening pretty quickly. So it does spread. It spreads underground, I believe, through rhizomes and then across the top of the ground too. And it'll root, shoot out things, and then it'll find a place to root.
Mm.
Um, but they're also medicinal. So just like a lot of other mints.
So there is one plant that I'm trying to use right now for my backyard, and it's called the sunshine mimosa. It has
Hmm.
no documented traditional uses for medicine. However, it is gorgeous and it looks like a Lorax little puff
That
thing. But you should look it up because it is beautiful and it's what I'm trying to replace my grass with.
It's
mimosa.
what Minosa?
Sunshine mimosa. It even sounds fun.
Yeah, it does. Oh, you're right, they do look like the
Oh, cute.
truffula.
Yeah.
That's cute. I love the truffula tree.
And a root. Yeah, the truffula tree. They look kind of like a wild onion or a
Huh,
Mm.
what's
Isn't
this
that
one?
what Horton Hears a Who, like, was holding
This
in
one.
his trunk?
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Maybe
cute.
that's where the truffula tree came from.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Jinx.
So are they native to Florida then?
These are native, yeah. These and
Neat.
the, perennial peanut, I'll be trying to mix both of them together, so I have to go
Okay.
out to the store and try to buy some, but really, I need to kill the grass first, otherwise I already killed 2 packs of sunshine mimosa, so
Mm.
What is our consensus here? Yay or nay? I say yay. I think there can be, if you do enough research, then you can find some really good holistic medicine instead of going for the, crazy pills right away.
Mhm. I say yay as well. I think if there's a herbal remedy, you should use that, um, before using any kind of chemical remedy.
yep,
Yeah.
amen to that.
Amen. And they're all right there in our own backyards.
Yeah, which is, if we would just quit ripping out all that stuff, right? So,
Yeah.
all right, cool. Well,
Speak for yourself, I got nice shade.
Yeah, nice shade.
she's like, I got the nightshade. I got the deadly nightshade.
I think Connie means, like, instead of grass.
Yeah.
No, 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 you you're good. I understood I was being a joke.
Ha
Okay. Well, thanks for coming on, Carla. I loved
Oh, you're welcome.
yeah, I loved hearing both of your perspectives on this. I don't know much about it. I'd like to know more, and this is a good starting point. And I've got my, my wild medicine book now to kind of guide me and what everything means. But yeah, everyone listening, keep sharing, liking, subscribing, and letting us know what you would like to hear. And we will see you next week.
Thank y'all. Bye.
Bye.